season. I just think they can actually take it up another level.
Well, it was kind of like watching Frankenstein versus Speedy Gonzalez when you look at, I mean, Brady was back there, and then Lamar's just gone.
Well, that quarterback class of 17, Lamar Jackson suddenly just rose to the top above Baker, and because Lamar was the last pick of the first round.
He was the last
quarterback taken, right?
Without a doubt, of that class. And some of those guys are going to be good. Obviously, some of those guys are going to flake out. But, Lamar is easily going to be the top one, or at least equal to whoever the other top one is. So,
yeah, the only thing is I just, cringe sometimes when I see people coming at him and, because RG3 lasted, 2 years?
I just think from just when you see him physically, he's built a lot bigger. I mean, he's just a bigger guy than Griffin. Griffin was fairly slender.
And bigger than Vic, too? I don't remember Vic.
He's bigger than Vic. Vic was 6'1". Lamar's 6'3". He's probably, I don't know his actual weight. If I was to guess his weight, I'd say he's 220.
Yeah.
Where Vic was probably 200, if that. And also same thing with RG. RG3 was probably 205. I get what you're saying. Hopefully, again, someone just shows him a bunch of cut-ups of Russell Wilson just being smart, avoid taking big hits. I know sometimes you're going to have to, but just try not to take too many kill shots. So,
speaking of Russell Wilson, they pulled that out barely there at the end, and it was all him.
Yeah, as much as I stand for Joe Burrow in the NCAA, I will hoist up my man Russell Wilson as the MVP of the NFL. Just because if you really look at it, kind of like what you're saying is you look at that game, Buccaneers that secondary is garbage for the Seahawks. I mean, and to be fair, they have two great wide receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. They just torched them all day, and it just takes Russell Wilson being all right, I'm just taking this team on my back and I'm just slinging it, and that's what happened. So,
yeah,
that's what he's done all year. So
other surprises: Niners keep winning, Packers lost.
I'm not surprised by the Niners. I mean, they seem to have settled in, and they've got everybody that they need.
I think the main thing that came out kind of with them is just Jimmy Garoppolo finally had that kind of breakout game. And I know Arizona's secondary is not great, but it's still that he's catching fire. And I give a lot of credit to Emmanuel Sanders. You want to talk about a huge trade at the deadline? Two ways. It gives him a guy he's confident in that'll be in the right spot all the time. And also you have that guy who can help maturate the other wide receivers, which they didn't have. They didn't have an established vet who can kind of build them up. So I think that was a big move by him. And I'll just say real quickly, I apologize to Cliff Kingsbury a little bit, even though they're not going to be
I think he's listening.
Above 500. I trashed him before, on one of our earlier podcasts, and I will say the one thing I like about him is he came in and he saw what wasn't working. He scrapped it. He went to more pro stuff, and he's just picking things from McVay and Kyle Shanahan, and he's just kind of Frankenstein together offense instead of being stubborn and be this is my offense. This is what we're going to do. So I give him credit because again, Kenyon Drake.
That's Cliff Kingsbury knocking on the door now to see if he's listening. Mr. Kingsbury, welcome.
I was just going to say he's done a great job. So I just wanted to give him some credit. So.
Well, that's really good. And then there's that soccer stadium where the Chargers play. It kind of sounds like this to the other team. What does that hold? About 12 people, most of them standing. That is the craziest place, but it worked. And the Chargers, that was a great game.
Again, it was kind of like the Ravens Patriots game where it just came down to Chargers were just committed to run and
committed to win.
They were committed to win, and obviously their defense played well, but they ran the ball 38 times. Melvin Gordon and Eckler both played well, and they just controlled the clock. They converted 45% of their third down, so obviously they just kept holding on to the ball, kept Aaron Rodgers on the sidelines, which is obviously, I guess, the strategy for any team with a great quarterback is just try to keep him on
I love
the field.
those shots of him over there on the sideline. Just love that look myself.
But I'll just say give a credit to the Chiefs with their backup quarterback beating a good Vikings team. I still think they're a good team. Cousins only completed 50% of his passes. Delvin Cook averaged 3.54 yards a carry. I mean, Chiefs. It also just shows you sometimes like how it can change. Chiefs defense was so bad. It takes Patrick Mahomes getting injured. All of a sudden, their defense, like they played the Green Bay tough, and they play a great offense in the Vikings over like a four week period, and they stymie them. So,
hey, Chiefs will find a way to lose, though. They're just.
But Matt Moore
did win a home game, though, finally.
And he was coaching high school players as late as August of this year. That's just crazy. Yeah. And then who's the other guy we like from the Arizona?
Hoyer.
No, the kicker for the Patriots, Folk.
Yeah.
Was playing for the Arizona Hot Shots of the, what was that league called? AAF?
Yeah.
AMF? AFL? AFA?
I don't believe it was AFA.
FFA? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, he's kicking for the Patriots. The hoodie finds these guys on the scrap heap and say, come play with us.
Are we ready for Wild Ass Prediction?
Yes, we are. It's that time of the show to make a prediction, so take it away.
LSU going to stick it to Alabama.
All right. Okay. Joe Burrow gets his way. T-Dog gets his man.
Well,
that's right. Joe Burrow. That's right. I guess my wild ass prediction will be that I'll go with Minnesota. It's in Minnesota. Obviously, it's a big game. PJ Fleck, also a coach who's obviously also possibly getting whispers in his ear for the FSU job. Like he sees this is a stable game, so they're gonna win against Penn State.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right, and I've got one.
Excuse me while I watch Papa Joe turn over in his grave. Okay, go ahead.
Gentlemen, the Grey Cup playoffs start Sunday. And I am picking Edmonton, the Eskimos, to win the 107th Grey Cup, which will be played November 24th. This weekend we have Edmonton versus Montreal, Winnipeg versus Calgary. Now, a question for you. How come they have 107 Grey Cups and the NFL is all worked up because it's the 100th year? Did Canada take the game away from us at some point? Or start it before we did and we stole it?
I don't know.
I don't either. Can you sing along with me? Oh, Canada, you want to?
Okay.
Maybe for another time.
Yeah.
But the Eskimos will win the Grey Cup, and that's my prediction.
So is the cup gray or is it silver?
Grey, and you know how it is up there. I don't know what that means. Is that Grey Goose? Is that gray as in a color? I don't know.
Well, as long as it holds alcohol, because winters are 8 months long, you got to do something. All right.
That's what I have for that.
All right.
Anything else?
I think that's it for me.
That's it.
Well, that's it. It's over. Our time is done. Thanks for your time this time. We say till next time, so long, and thanks for listening.